It's beep time!
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone's mother into this.
Your mama in the fucking stands!
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pashitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.
Oh, hello. Oh, boy, it's good to see everybody. How are you? That was, of course, the intro that I made for your mom's house. And before we talk about Matt Rife taking issue with it, coming up here in a little bit, we have breaking news. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, boy, folks. Oasis, and I saw Little Boner talking about it in the chat before the show as I was peeking in there. Oasis reuniting for their tour, ending a 15-year hiatus driven by Gallagher Brothers feud. And I wonder what could have changed things, what part of the feud was erased. And we know someone was going to be putting extra effort forth when it comes to the old feud there. Where the hell is it? I had this all good to go here. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, here it is. This is what I'm talking about. Christina, though going through what she's going through, still doing her due diligence to get Oasis back together.
We were discussing who I would DP with. But you have to understand that when I talk about DPs, I'm not talking about 2024, mother of two children, old-ass Christina P. I'm talking like prime Christina P. Like, I'm 21 years old. Maybe I'm in Australia. I'm on road rules. I looked thin. I was so skinny. I had great perkies. And listen. I see Oasis.
Yeah.
1998, the Be Here Now tour. And maybe Noel and Liam are like, hey, there's a good-looking bird. And I go in the back. And then they're like, oh, love, we'd like to do a little bit of the DP, a little Dr. Pepper. And then I'm like, what's a DP? And they're like, oh, I got to show you. Come on here. And then
Each of them takes a hole.
the Gallagher brothers. There we go. Oh, come on. How cool are those guys?
Exactly. Come on.
Can you believe it? Dealing with all that she's been dealing with her tit cancer, she still found a way to get in a time machine, go back, and erase the 15-year feud so we can have an Oasis reunion here in 2024.
Come on.
Liam's got a wonky eye.
This is what you're into.
No, 1998 Christina.
Yeah, but the
Was
fact that you
into,
can
and I
look
can-
at this pic and be like, yeah, both at the same time.
Yeah. Yes, I'm the finger cuff in the DP.
Jesus Christ.
And
you
it's
also said
incest. I like that.
it like you're like, this is what everyone
That's what all
wants.
the people are doing these days in the pornos, if you notice.
And of course Heather
Of course
was
this
like,
is what
I've
everyone
never
wants.
she was like, I've never had that thought in my life.
Because she's 28 years old. She didn't see Noel and Liam in their...
No, but she's seen other people and she's
Fine.
28. So she's never had that thought. You're the sick one. You don't get that?
The what?
She hasn't had that thought and she's in her prime.
Because she's a young, sweet girl. I'm just saying that I think about everything. I consider all options. I think about aliens. I
This
think
is-
about
okay.
who I would DP
This
with.
type
Who
of
would you
spin-
DP
Are
with?
you a litigator? This
Who
is,
would you DP with? I went to
listen
law
her
school for
spinning.
2
She's
whole
like,
weeks.
I think
Yes,
about
I did.
aliens. I think
do.
about all kinds of things.
It's called being an introspective person, Tom.
There you go. And I'm glad she did it. I mean, clearly something occurred because Oasis back together again. Oh boy, let's get the show started. It is Behind the Jeans, folks, and I hope that if you are watching the free version of the program, that you do get in touch with us at the email behindthejeansshow@gmail.com, folks. That's where you can get in touch with us off the air if you're not in the chat today, and the chat is going off already. I'm looking at it. I'm loving it. We're going to get into it in a second. Also, I want to let you know you can come see me live. TheJoshPotter.com is where you can buy tickets, and I will be at Empire Comedy Club in Portland, Maine, come September 6th. Then I will be the next day in Long Island, New York, and I mentioned this on Instagram. I used to think all of New York City was Long Island. I thought it was the Big Apple, the Long Island, you see, but no. Long Island, a very special place within New York City or around it. And I'm happy to go there September 7th to Governors. Excited about that. And then September 12th, right back here in Southern California at Brea Comedy Club. So please to be buying tickets. TheJoshPotter.com is the place to do it. And oh boy, we got someone re-signing up here. Barlande Robinson. Thanks for becoming a member for now 21 months. Very much longer than we've existed here for Behind the Jeans, so I'm glad the show has kept you around, my friend. And I do have to give a shout out to Snarf Orofest reunion. I'm not sure what he was discussing there, but Snarf did a buzzer beater last week with a super chat. So shout out to Snarf to kick off the show. I forgot to mention it. I didn't catch it before we signed off the air, so wanted to do that. Oh yeah, maybe I'll come out. I don't know which one that is near you there, queers, for Getting Stoned in Gaza, but I hope you do come out, my friend. Pleased to be coming out. Potter, come to San Francisco, please, so I can see you in real time. And now glitching and being muted. Am I glitching and being muted? Is that what's happening? Don't trip. Come on now. I was just in San Francisco earlier this year. Hell yeah, we'll see you out in Long Island there, queers, for Getting Stoned in Gaza. Cannot wait. I hope to see you. I hope I'm not. I mean, I don't understand if I am glitching or being muted still to this day, because I've got it all plugged in. I got all we got the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and we're plugged into the wall, for Christ's sake, with the internet. So I don't fucking know. It's got all the damn. I got all the what do they call it? The pins. I got all the pins and everything like that going. I don't understand it. Nevertheless, folks, we have so much to get into, and it came to my attention that Matt Rife doesn't like our intro music here, and that makes me upset. I mean, of course, bringing up the intro music is a tale as old as time. I mean, we all know how long the intro is, right? It's not a secret to you and I. In fact, there was a petition long ago, if you don't recall. I can't remember what, it must have been 2018 now, where the intro was 10 minutes. There was a whole intros war that went on, if you recall, regarding the intro. So it's old hat by this point. By 2024, we've all settled on the original intro still after putting our submissions in. And, the fact that Matt Rife had to bring it up again and bring this issue to light again, well, we don't need that, right? We don't need that in our lives. Here they are discussing the intro. Oh, I shared the wrong one. Hold on a moment, Josh. You stupid motherfucker. We need a song for when I fuck up that just goes, Josh is fucking stupid. He shared the wrong screen. He's a fucking retard and he isn't that mean. Here we go. Fucking Bobby. What's fucking Bobby saying here? Hold on. I love when shit gets put on the screen when I don't put on. Matt Rife is 20 years old and already needs Viagra. His opinions on he's not 20 years old. And the man, I'll defend him in this regard. When it comes to the Viagra, the man's getting probably his dick wet left and right. I mean, hell, he's probably got to wring that thing out like a sponge at the end of the day. The man's going to need a little Viagra. Just your average pussy isn't even gonna fucking register anymore with this guy. You know what I'm saying? I did notice he was with the Hawktua girl in Nashville. She was posting about it. She loves Matt Rife. I bet she was ready to Hawktua all over that thing, if you know what I'm saying. Here we go.
How long's the song?
It's pretty long, Matt.
It's like 6 more minutes. 14 years of that song.
If I was Tom, I would have been like, you shut your fucking mouth during the song. Shut it. Shut your pretty little fucking mouth. Those pouty lips, you shut them. Not while the song is playing.
Every single episode. Yeah, it's long.
It was longer than the video.
Substantially.
Cut the song down.
Nope.
We've never talked about that.
Come on, Matt. Where you been?
You can by like a third.
There is.
No one will notice.
Production notes? Come on. Where's your song, Matt? Huh?
Let's see it. There's a couple versions. What's the? Is this the one?
This is big time.
Who is Randy? Don't
This is
bring
Josh
anyone's
Potter
mother
doing
into
an
this.
Your mama motherfucking stands.
acapella version.
Welcome to
I
your
don't like this
mom's
more.
house.
Yeah.
Come on. You don't like it more? Please. It's so much better than the original. Oh, my Lord. Oh, man. I wish I had that queued up to hear. My favorite of the intro Wars days was the No New Taxes. Remember those ones? Oh, that was a good one. I'm sure I can find it. Can I wonder if I can. This is on the cuff. Josh Potter on the cuff searching. Let me see. I think I know exactly. I think I have it saved in my faves here. Let's just look. Oh boy, we're going to find it, folks. And we're not going to go over the whole Intro Wars saga because it is a long video. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to Your Mom's House clips and look for yourself if you want to watch the whole saga come out in terms of the Intro Wars. But, boy, oh boy. Where is it? Oh, that's just the me one. I love the No New Taxes one.
Get the regular version anymore? I don't think it's on the
Are you really gonna do the whole episode with the Hold on 1 second. I'm pulling it up. I'm sharing it. We're gonna get it shared. Is it shared? I don't even know. This is the thing I just did. Oh, now I got it. Look at me. I'm so good at the controls. As you recall, Nadav almost got his ass fired from this.
That too on the internet.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's silly. This
What are you
is
talking about?
stupid.
The intro episode?
Here we go.
Oh shit!
That was awesome.
That was a really short
what folder did you
one.
take that out of?
The folder marked today's episode? Holy shit.
Yeah, let's talk about the fart mic petition.
That is by
Any made this one.
Any.
Ooh, here we go.
I
Here
love
we go.
it. I think it should be the
applaud
new
your
one.
effort. That's absolutely
Okay, so
Laughing. The
So-
tick touched.
yeah. If you're gonna go down the tick touch lane,
yes, there was a TikTok intro. We don't need to rewind for that one, but I would love
of,
to hear
of
the
these
other one.
people,
This was
and
my
like
favorite.
that's all we did, then that would make sense. But it doesn't. I mean, that makes sense for the segment,
Right.
you know.
But I like it. I like what he did. I mean, can you give him
Yeah.
a little credit?
I
Thank
said,
you.
I just said it. It
You
makes sense.
redeemed yourself.
Okay, we're not using that as our new show intro.
No, but I think people
Wait, you
felt
haven't even heard the other ones. Yet.
you are
I'm
mean.
saying that one is not in.
I love it. I think it should be the
applaud
new
your
one.
effort. That's absolutely not the new show intro.
All right, done, signed, and it's
Well,
got my vote.
I'll take that. That's already a step up from the last fiasco. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
So far,
No,
that's
I
improved.
applaud your effort.
Oh, thank you.
Throw it away, but it's fine.
It's got my vote.
Okay.
So far, how many vote for Nadav? I do.
All right. This next one is by
Any made this one.
Any made this
Yeah,
one.
we just told
Great.
him make a new one with some drops, and this is what he made.
Okay.
It's fucking morning.
Just glassing.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
I turn into a telescope.
Welcome to your mom.
Oh, these were the good ones. I'm failing at my job here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The jeans, like that. You
Okay,
know?
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speech.
Yeah, I mean, I'm legit losing sleep over this. Like, I'm.
Excited them, you get them all rallied up, fired up.
You can't handle this.
There it is.
Fired
There
up,
it is. Here
fired
it is.
up.
I found it. Sorry. That took a
Yeah.
while, but I got it. Here it is.
But the objective reality is, I am nicer than you. I have a better personality. I drink a lot more water than you.
So, Matt Rife, you could have had this be the intro, all right, Pally? Although I do think this is better. Here it comes.
You can't handle the truth.
That's what she said. Read my lips. No new taxes.
Welcome to your mom's house
So weird.
with Tom
What?
Segura.
Christina Pajitsky.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Did you didn't like?
I thought it was fantastic. My favorite one. No new taxes. Arr? That's what she said. Let's go back into Tom raging out on this.
Are you serious?
Read
what
my
was that?
lips.
We talked last week about how you wanted like a little more innovation and stuff. That you wanted, you wanted to innovate with the intro. I thought that meant you wanted to go in a different direction.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with your mom's house. Read my lips. No new taxes. Was that Bush?
There's experimenting, seeing what works.
But it doesn't make sense for the listeners.
Wasn't that Jack Nicholson from A Few Good Men?
I don't know where I got it from.
You can't handle the truth?
Oh yeah, that is where. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but we don't even play that.
Nadav. We didn't talk about the bit beforehand, and I little behind the jeans secret for you. I made that, and poor Nadav had to go in and justify it. No one knew what that was going to play. I actually worked on a radio show called Kylie and Booms, where the intro was, "You can't handle the truth." I went a little nod to that, put that in there. But I don't think Nadav's seen that movie.
That's not a drop on the show, Nadav. Like,
but it's aggressive. We're trying to.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the show.
Okay.
You can't handle the truth. That's what she said. Read my lips.
You guys don't like the
taxes.
That's what she said.
Welcome to your mom. That's what she said.
That's the best you can do. That's like an office joke. That's what people say around the Xerox machine.
It's sounding.
We're better than that.
I couldn't do this, but I was laughing. So I'm behind Nadav there, laughing. I'm covering my face because I'm so elated with how angry they got.
A miss?
This is
that you can hear me.
This isn't even remotely in the same stratosphere as what we want to be in.
All right, this is a page one rewrite. I'll come back with something better next.
And then you have Tim. He put Tim.
Or do you want to go back to classic?
Was that Tim Allen?
You can't even put Tim Allen.
Was that Tim Allen?
That's his trademarked sound. That's like putting in Larry the Cable Guy. We can't even play that, Nadav. That's
You can't. I'm laughing so much. You can hear it. I'm laughing right now. I mean, this is my favorite thing ever in the history. More fun than doing the acapella one was this one.
Wait a minute. What is you think Tim Allen? I want to know the logic.
Yeah.
What Tim Allen going? Why?
Even Tom's laughing. Yeah, see, it's the funniest
now.
Because I'm laughing at how bad of an idea it is.
Right.
That's what you're leaning on.
Dumb.
Here's how bad this idea is.
It's dumb. It's fun. It's funny.
not fun. It's just dumb.
Shit.
That's like comedy. Yeah, it's like office. It's like office people humor.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a dad
don't like
boner.
that?
Is that like for the dad boner?
Oh, so this would have been better like a year ago when we were more in the dad boner phase?
No. This would have been bad every day of every year forever.
It's not funny.
There's never a good day.
This is devastating to hear. I was trying to be creative and.
Are you being serious?
I mean,
I thought. Okay,
what's
just
the
so
answer
you know,
you want to hear?
No, the answer I wanted, what I thought, and I'm sure what a lot of people thought, whether or not it's agreed upon. I thought we were getting our 12-minute intro today.
Oh gosh. Well, this.
I mean,
is
that's.
better than
I
that.
thought we were tabling that.
Why would we table that?
Nobody wants it.
I was just
Tom.
reading the room. I thought that's what.
Nobody wants the 12-minute.
Okay, let me. Okay, I'm just going to pull it up myself because I can't rely on you right now.
Shit.
So,
The 12-minute intro. Yeah, see, Matt Rife could have been way worser. Way worser. So, thank your lucky stars, sir. And evidently, Matt Rife's fans are bringing him weird shit. He's probably got girls bringing like, I made this thing for you. I was crying. I made this thing out of my pussy juice and I put it in a vial or whatever. I don't know what the hell he's dealing with out there on the road, but it's gotta be pretty wild. And he discusses it here on the latest episode of Your Mom's House. Oh, I gotta share it. Am I sharing it? I sure as hell. Look at me. I'm getting good at it. I'm getting good at it. It's rock and roll.
Yeah, there's not much security risk. I suppose you're right.
it's fine.
There was this lady.
You got a girl who was like, me and my friend want to luck your balls in your ass.
Yeah.
Which I'm not into.
Yeah, you're like,
that's a security
not my
threat.
thing. Yeah.
What? I'm sure he's got to keep his image, but boy, oh boy, if you're having like white snake parties after the fucking show where they're like, well, she will lick the balls and now he's like, nah, not for me, man. Damn, what a life.
I had this lady. She's come to a couple of shows. Talking about how like, we're supposed to be together and all this kind of stuff. And she's like,
oh my lord, that's frightening. It's supposed to be you and me, and it's like a creepy. I wrote you a letter, and it's in blood and vagina comb. I just realized this hat says Rife. I kept thinking it said Life the whole time. I'm like, why has he got a hat that says Life? But it's his name on there. Okay.
Or probably like 40s.
Yeah.
And she came to a show maybe like a month ago, and she brought this big bag full of gifts, right? Which is not uncommon. We get a bunch of gifts after shows, and I love opening them. Sometimes there's cool shit in there.
Sure.
And
hell yeah, bring me nail clippings. People bring me weird stuff, but it's usually just drugs, and I'm scared if I'm gonna go, you do them first. You know, that kind of thing. That's what I have to worry about out there on the road. That kind of thing. I haven't gotten toenail clippings, but fucking Bobby might make a thing. Shane McCarthy says, I sent the toenails. There you go. I'm surprised Tom didn't remember that Bert saves his toenails. Definitely a male thing. Yes, because he's going to discuss this in a second. Chubby Blunt, Stangtron hit me up on IG. We got to get the boy. I don't know what happened to Stangtron. I was not here. So, don't blame me. I'll bring Stangtron. I don't even know how to ban people from this thing. So, don't ask me. I thought it was Life, and I'm not even blind. Look at that little boner. See? I'm not the only one. But no, just that's the wonderful part about Behind the Genes is sometimes we discover things as they occur. You know, we get to go review them even closer at the end of the day. Forrest Nutter, if the roach comes to Chattanooga, I'm getting him fried roaches. You don't have to do that. You don't have to fry the roaches. Don't sacrifice the roaches just for little old me.
And her phone was in there on record. Was on video record, and they're hoping to just catch whatever I'm saying or doing backstage. How she intended on getting the phone back, I don't know. But my security, the phone was open on record, so she started going through her fucking phone to see if there's an actual threat in near there on like notes or camera roll or something.
Damn.
So when they closed out of the video, they obviously went to the camera roll to delete the video, and the photos right before the video were my face, like shittily photoshopped onto like models' bodies.
Oh my lord, that is some psycho shit. That is like the digital version of the Riddler, like cutting letters out of a magazine and pasting them together in terms of like a note. You know what I'm saying? Like and then she's doing this digitally. I bet at her bedroom she's got some of the wonky ones. You walk in there and it's just like this maniacal shrine. Oh my lord, that's terrifying. I thought there were going to be old woman nudies on there.
And I was so fucking appalled that she didn't use my body.
Yeah, she could have just...
Yeah, he's got a good one too. I get that if you're doing a fat guy or something. I mean, yeah, you got to put the face on a body. Yeah, but like this poor guy, he's worked his heart out on this body of his, and this lady is pasting him on like dude porn stars. Maybe it's because he doesn't have his penis exposed in any pictures. That could have alleviated the situation, Matt Rife. If you just had full nude photos out there, this lady wouldn't have to concoct these things.
It's not that like I didn't want to fuck her, but I didn't want her to think she could do better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I totally understand that.
There's a certain level of delusion, I think.
Yeah.
I've gotten hair.
They give you hair?
Oh,
Ew.
yeah. I've gotten toenails.
Here are my toenails?
That's odd, too. Do women just think foot fetishes extend to the nails? Is that really what's going on? I know we were talking about it in the chat. You don't have to bring me any of that kind of stuff. I thought that was weirdo stuff, but girls doing that? That's crazy. I mean, I know a lot of female comics who go on the road and the men bring them odd things, and it's often dark and a terrifying sort of situation. But when it's a woman bringing it, that's even weirder. Who are these women? You know, cutting their toenails off. Usually women like to paint the toenails, or they do like a French tip or what have you or something, right? Is that on the toes? I don't know. Nevertheless, toenails and hair from ladies. Why all of a sudden, the more that I say it, am I changing my mind on it? And I'd love for women to bring me their hair.
No letter to go with them.
Wait, just like in a bag?
Yeah, just in a bag. I had a lady give me...
You just figure out what it is, or it says something?
It looks like toenails.
Yeah.
It looks like toenails. What else could that be? What else could look like toenails? I have no idea. I was trying to see if I could go for a French tip. fucking Bobby. Not a French dip, a French tip, my friend. I'd take New Christina's hair, says Chubby Blunts. Oh my lord. New Christina, I might get New Christina on here on the program. I just don't know what I would talk to her about, quite frankly. I'm not, if I can go on a little tangent, you know, I was like, maybe I should get New Christina on this week's episodes. But then I was like, what would I I would just sit there and stare pretty much, and I would just be like, no, tell me more. And then, you know, who knows what it would have been. And then I would have had people in the comments be like, oh, you got a girl on again. Remember the first week of this show? You remember the first week of this show? Hold on, I'm going to make the camera big for a second. Do you remember the first week of this show? I had every Tom, Dick, and Harry up my butt about having Jane Wilde and Alexis Tay give us all of the details on being airtight. Oh my lord, you would have thought I committed a federal offense that week. So I was a little hesitant to have New Christina on the program. Here we go. Let's get back out there. Ooh, wrong guy over there. There we are. Oh my lord, what else do these ladies bring? I mean, boy, oh boy, isn't it such a waste and a shame that this man doesn't want to fuck out there? Golly.
Yeah, and it was like
he must just have the hottest girlfriend. I don't know if he explained that or not, but I think at one point he definitely did. I mean, I think before the man was famous, he was dating Kate Beckinsale, for Christ's sake. So God bless him. And I say this as an ugly comic. You know what I mean? As a gross, ugly comic, I would love to even have a percentage of these women come to my shows. I mean, I have very lovely women come to my shows oftentimes, but they're often with their husband or their boyfriend. Not interested in the roach, just interested in a laugh. Whereas this man, he's walking on stage to a sea of bras. And people are like, you don't want that, Josh. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Collection, too. Like, there's no way she has that many toes.
And how do you, it's definitely from a woman? Because
they weren't painted.
Could be a really cool guy.
I do have guy fans.
Yeah.
Huh. It was optimistic.
Because I'm thinking the act to do that just feels very male. Like a woman doing that is like severely mentally ill.
Yes.
A guy doing it.
So is hair, dog.
Yeah, but toenails is another level. If you're like, let me clip these, make sure they don't.
I had a girl give me her family photo album.
What?
It was like photos of them and like it would look like the 80s. Like she was like I imagine it's her as a kid.
That's
like
sad,
just family
because
gatherings.
She's just like partying with the photos that she probably won't be able to find again.
I mean, that's a
It's so dark and true. She's like, I have to give Matt Rife my mementos of my, and he's just on a podcast being like, I got some weird, like, could you imagine receiving these things? And then just, you do this every night, you know what I mean? And then people are bringing you their fucking photo albums. Like, it's very hard. It's very hard, no matter who you are, to conjure up some sort of empathy for a person who is doing that so willy-nilly. You know, can you put yourself in his shoes, even no matter what you think of the guy, or if you know where you stand in terms of your job or anything like that? A stranger handing you their family photos. What is he supposed to carry these around in his wallet the rest of his fucking life? That is bizarre and dark and hilarious.
Really interesting thing to think about. Does she ever plan on getting those back?
No. Or maybe the fantasy is yes, that you're like, I looked through these, I want to be a part of this.
I get you now.
Yeah.
You guys look like you have good holidays. I've had, it's another fun one. Oh, people get scammed a lot. I have a lot of fucking spam accounts of people being like, reaching out, like, hey, this is my private account, message me over here. So many
Here's the question fucking Bobby just sent in the chat here. I would be honored to be given a fart in a jar. Now, here's my question about the fart in the jar. Shane McCarthy actually posed the question first. What would you do if a lady handed you a fart in the jar? And fucking Bobby was actually just answering the question by saying that he would be honored by that kind of thing. And here's my question, though. You say you're handed a fart in a jar. Say a woman hands you the fart in the jar. It's sealed. Do you open the jar to release the fart? That is a one-time thing. Once that fart is released, it is in the ether. Do you wait till you go home to release the fart? When do you do it? When is the appropriate time to test, in fact, if that fart is in the jar? Is it better to unseal it right away Or do you wait? Is the fart always in there? Does it wear off if you wait too long? These are the questions I have regarding the fart in the jar. Would it be a temptation for you to open and see what the smell? Oh, well, I think you have to. How do you enjoy a fart in the jar? I could just hand you a jar, a closed jar, and say, my fart's in there. How would you ever know one way or the other? I think it is in the nature of receiving a fart in the jar. I think the entire joy is smelling it. I think the jar just transports it to you because you're not there at the moment the fart comes out of the butt. You have to bottle it and bring it to somebody. Unless you got one on deck, unless you're carrying one around with you at all times, fresh from the tap, you're jarring the fart because they aren't there for that fart. So I think you have to open it pretty immediately. I think you open the fart in the jar, you let it out, you let it bask over your face, and you take it in like it is like a sauna almost, or what have you. Freeze it for Christmas, says Chubby Blunts. Could do that too, but then does that ruin the integrity of the fart? I don't know what freezing a fart does to a fart. Haven't done enough experiments. It's toxic fumes, borderline terrorism. Yeah, if it's true, Al Burp, it is it depends on the context in which you receive it. Some would deem it terrorism, perhaps. Some would deem it a gift. You know, like I said, you didn't get to be there for the initial fart. They're just, it's a memento of that. It could very well be semen. Yes, YouTube, I get it, Albert. Albert had to. I like your creativeness in writing the word terrorism. I figured it out, though. Okay, if she had video evidence, would you be tempted to smell still, says Shay McCarthy. Well, I don't know. I think you can't enjoy a fart in a jar unless you open it. I feel like part of the whole receiving it and accepting it is opening. It's part of the fun, It's not like a figure. It's not like a Pokemon card or a figurine. I guess a Pokemon card's a bad example, but it's not like I can't even, like a G.I. Joe or something, or a starting lineup figurine. You don't keep them in the package to keep them in mint condition. You don't keep farts in the jar to keep them in mint condition. You enjoy the farts. Let me be clear. If any of you send me a fart in a jar, I will open it and inhale and let you know what I think. That is the only way to do it, fucking Bobby. That's what I think at the end of the day. Well, that would be the best way to go about it. Queers for getting stoned in Gaza, but not everyone is in a loving relationship like that. Some people are very lonely, and they have to jar up their farts so that when they see someone they admire, they can give them to them. That's just the way that it goes. Let's get back into the clip a little bit, shall we? Like shaking over here.
People, you'd be surprised. We'll come to shows and be like, Matt told me to come here. Like, he told me to meet him over here. I sent him $1,000 last week.
I sent, and he was like, all right, now you can come.
Yeah, now you can come to the show.
People are sending him $1,000. The guy is rich, and send me some fucking super chat money. $1,000. Like, come to all my fucking shows.
I went, one time my security was telling me that this was happening, so I wanted to go listen to the conversation. And I stood like on the other side of the door, and a lady was like, I've been texting with Matt for weeks. We exchanged sexy photos together. He sent me his dick. Like, it shows security a dick that was not mine. She was like, look.
I wonder if the security has a picture of Matt Rife's dick to compare to the women who are like, no, he sent me his penis. And then security goes, that's not his penis. They have pictures of it, like they have of people who aren't allowed backstage, stalkers of Matt Rife. They also have a picture of his penis on file to be like, we've seen the dick pics, and that is not a sanctioned one, all right? Oh, you have dick pic number 84? Come on through. What a freeze frame on Christina, by the way. Great question here from Corey Sanchez regarding farts in a jar. Can you get pink eye from a fart in a jar? Do we have any? We'll have to get Dr. Drew on. I wonder if I can bother Dr. Drew next week or down the road here. We got to just compile a bunch of our questions. Keep that one in the log. All right. Can you get pink eye from a fart in a jar? Keep that in the log for when we get because we will get Dr. Drew on, and I want to have all our ducks in a row, you understand, you see? We do need that answer, Chubby Blunts, and we will get it one way or another. How did Matt Rife know it wasn't his junk? Well, you know your own penis. You know your own penis, don't trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell if it's my penis in a dick pic, you know what I mean, versus someone else's. And so if they just show him a random dick, yeah, he's going to be like, that's not my fucking penis. Christine looking good, says queers for getting stoned in Gaza. She is indeed. I really like this freeze frame that we've got here. Okay, so a fart is just a particle poo cloud. Albert, yes, no, you know what I already can hear Dr. Drew saying, quite frankly, is he would tell us that this is how COVID was spread, you see, because people were shitting in their toilets and then flushing the toilets, and the poo particles would go through the system, and then it would go out into other people's apartments, and they'd get COVID that way. I remember he was talking about that, about poo particles spreading COVID at the end of the day. All right, back to the clip.
He's texting me right now. I'm standing on the side of the door. My phone's not in my fucking hands. I'm like, this.
It's crazy.
Part of me feels so bad that somebody would fall for something like that.
Sure.
But also, like, you take a little bit of accountability for gullibility.
Yeah, of course.
Like, come on.
But you know what? It's the person is hoping that it's true. So
and I understand the hope. Yeah. But I've put out so many messages being like, dude, I'm never gonna reach out to you. You know what I mean? As a fan, for your safety and mine, I'm not gonna reach out to you from a private account. I'm never gonna ask for money.
But by the way, if you do get a picture of my dick, that is your backstage pass.
Well, I want to see what it is first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a really sad dick. You're like, you thought this was mine?
I'd be fucking furious.
Yeah.
You ever thought about how you're gonna be immortalized from your dick pics?
I don't have dick pics.
You've never sent one?
I'm too old, dude.
That's not true. You never sketched it out?
I mean, I've
sketched it out. This guy's got such a piece on him that he's got like fucking Titanic-esque drawings of his penis out there somewhere. Is that what he's telling us?
It through the camera, and I've been like,
don't send it.
I'm like, this is not good.
I've always had a problem with statues.
Statue dicks?
Yeah, man. You've never seen a big statue dick ever.
I think
so. That's great.
You're right, and I think that part of that is so that the focus isn't on the statue. I think the artists, these sculptors that do these incredible, Michelangelo sculptures, if they gave it a hardy dick, it would be such the focus, because you are fascinated by.
No, he's wrong. You see, I'll tell you exactly what it was. It's because statues are like of a person whom is a god, or like a person that we are supposed to look up to, someone that we want to model ourselves after. We look to these statues for inspiration, perhaps, or for a reason to keep going, or like I said, an inspiration. And you don't want to look at these statues and think, oh God, I'll never have a penis as large as Copernicus or whoever that, you know what I'm saying? You can't look at a statue and go, oh, well, my penis is never going to be that. They want us to think, wow, our penises are the same size as these great men. I could too be a great man. So I'm sure that they did them dirty, these sculptors, at the end of the day. That's the truth behind it, if you ask me. And no one really did.
The fact that they can do the entire physique perfectly, and if it were like a massive hog, you'd be like, look at this. That's all anybody. Now the flip side of that is everybody talks about how little they look.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I think it comes from jealousy. Like, usually sculptures and these statues are from like great leaders or conquerors. Oh, he's gonna say what I say.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
You don't sculpt my man on soft when he conquered fucking Persia or whatever.
All I'm
it
saying,
was.
just give me, like, if you were doing mine,
I'm telling you, they want the great. Wow, this guy, he's a conqueror, he's a leader. He's got a dick as small as mine. I could too be a great man and a great leader. They're supposed to be monuments of inspiration. We're not supposed to look at them and just bow to them. We're supposed to look to them and aspire to be something better, something greater.
Like,
that's why they put them up.
I'm gonna fluff it a little bit.
Yeah.
Naturally, right?
Yeah.
And so that, like, when I drop my robe, you're like, is that your natural state? And I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I'll give you a little wink. And I'll be
don't
like,
make it look like you ran out of clay.
And then I'll go like, hey, you good? And then if you go like, well, no, I'll be like, all right, well, give me a few minutes. And I'd turn around, smack it around a little bit, come back. Like, that's what I would do if I was going to be photographed or a sculpture
The
made.
problem is the sculpture takes so long. Eventually, it's
know.
going to lose its fluff.
I know.
If I was getting sculpted, though, I mean, I am such a low self-esteem guy. I would tell the sculpture, I'd go, you really got to emphasize the penis here because I don't got much going on. I need you to make the penis look fantastic. I'm going to give you extra money. How about that? I'll tip you to make the penis extra special. What do you say, son? What do you say, Michelangelo or whoever the hell?
And then I just sitting there just cranking, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Just relax. It'll be back to where it was in a moment."
Tom was also on another program in the Your Mom's House universe this past week. He was on the Danny Brown show. And it brought up something that, well, I feel like perhaps you guys can give us your versions of this as well. Oh, no, where was I looking? Let me see what I was looking at here. Yada-dee. Oh, the weird shit. We already talked about that. Okay, so no, but Tom was also on Danny Brown. And there was an odd story about a boner. We're talking about dicks. I thought this is a perfect time to bring this up. Grandpa boners. Let us see. Badoosh.
But shouts out, man. All right, next up we got Chess or Chess. Hey, Danny, I'm a 23-year-old. Recently, my grandfather has become a widow. He's been alone at home lately, so I went to visit him not too long ago. While I was over there, we played chess because it's something we've done since I was a little girl. During the game, he knocked a piece off the table by accident. When I went to pick it up, I couldn't help but notice my grandpa had a heart on.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That's amazing. You should be so happy and thankful if your grandpa has a heart on. It's a miracle. Oh, my Lord, my old-ass grandpa's got a boner. You should actually shake his hand and be like, thank you for the wonderful genes, Grandpa.
This made me feel weird, but I didn't want to make things awkward because he's dealing with the passing of my grandma, so I just finished the game and made an excuse as to why I needed to go home.
Snarf is all bricked up with all this boner talk, and I am too there, Snarf, just to let you know.
What would you do if you saw your grandpa with that? Should I keep going over there, even if I feel a little uncomfortable now? Thanks, Danny. Yes, you definitely should still go over there to see Pops. Him having a boner, it should be celebrated that he's still getting boners in his
Thank
old
you,
age.
Danny. Thank you, Danny. That's my first inclination as well. We all thought it. This guy is an ungrateful little prick, if you ask me. You know, your grandpa's not going to be around with you forever.
My grandfather, I just had to wipe his ass. He's
Exactly,
he's blind and shit. You know, that nigga balls was touching the ground. I used to be like, I can't wait.
I mean, my first question would be, was he leaking? Or was it...
Oh, my God.
Was it just engorged? Because, you know, a boner can just happen. Your grandfather's boner might just be a celebration of life. You know, it can just happen.
Yeah.
How fantastic. I haven't gotten a random active boner since like second grade, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm getting too old to get random boners. You know, it used to be a stiff breeze would blow by the right way and you got one all of a sudden. You got to cover it with your binder at school. You know? Now, I got to take drugs to get a fucking boner. And this old grandpa's getting one just willy-nilly. Golly. And this guy's like, Danny, what do I do? I even talk to my grandfather ever again? Or should the next time I see him be when we're putting him in the ground? I mean, give yourself a break here.
He just still got some leftover Viagra's?
Yeah.
And he just remembered
like,
probably like, fuck, I'm going to keep this going. Let me just keep the boner up.
Blood flow could help during chess. I'm not sure what all the rules are, but I just feel like, you know, now here's the thing.
She was bone hawking though. Why you
bone
Yeah, why you bone hawking? You over here looking at, like when I go to the barber shop, you know, they always try to spin you and they be like, look down. No, man, I'm closing my eyes.
Yeah,
I ain't bone hawking, man.
I feel
or they get a little too close.
That's so fun. That's something, I mean, as a bald man, as a bald white man, I should say as well, I haven't been to a barber shop in ages. I don't know if I've ever been to it. Does a Supercuts count as a barber shop? But it's not the same as the one Danny Brown's talking about, I'd imagine. And I've never it's almost like it's a different, more torturous urinal to have to do the thing where they spin them around and they look down. I never even have been put in that predicament to even think of what I would do. Would I be looking around at dicks and things like that? I don't know. I didn't even know that they were so prevalent out and about. Everyone's got that thing over them, right? But maybe at the certain barbershops, the penises protrude the thing that comes over it.
You up and you get a little boner on your elbow. You're like,
yeah,
get your dick off my
get
arm.
your dick off of me. I feel like if he has a boner, I think you should go see your grandfather again. If he has a boner the next time you see him, this is pointing towards unwelcome.
Pop's a freaky frog.
Yeah, it's not good. But a one-time thing where you happen to notice in some odd moment, it's not like you were sitting on his lap, right? It's just like you looked, like you said, you were bone hawking.
Yeah, you were bone hawking.
And you found one. But
yeah.
Just let I think you should visit your grandfather again.
That's like, you go to the airport, you're in the bathroom, you look at the sky. You don't look left, right. No, you just look. I got to figure it out. Piss on my leg, whatever. But I ain't bone hawking. That's one thing I know. That's why I don't go to gym lock.
I think you can just look straight ahead. I don't know, got to look at the sky necessarily. I think you can keep your eye on your own bone. That's a good way to go about it if you're in the. But this man, can you believe that this ungrateful? I say ungrateful because this man still has his grandfather in his life, and he's debating on whether or not he should ever see his grandfather again. Here's the thing. If you make the choice after this, even after seeing this advice from both Danny and Tom, if you make the choice to never see your grandpa again, I hope you are afflicted by the next time you see him be regretfully at his funeral. And I hope while he's laying in the casket, I hope it's fully open at the wake, and I hope he's got a huge erection at the wake for everyone to see, and you have to see him in that last moment, dead with a giant erection, because you couldn't appreciate him while he was alive and having erections.
Locker rooms and shit, man.
You just avoid the gym locker room?
Fuck yeah.
Just because you don't want to see bones?
No, I don't. It's nothing worse, man.
It was a girl, I still say the same thing. I don't care. Girl, guy. It's actually less. If it was a guy, he was worried because she was gay. Or the grandfather was gay, probably. That's what another fear. If it was a girl, let him have a fucking boner. Relax. What is it different? It's different if it's a girl. Why do you say that? Because she might be the cause of the boner. Oh, I see what you're saying. But hey, little boner. Speaking of boners, I just automatically thought the guy was weirded out. If it was a guy, I thought he was weirded out because he thought he caused a boner. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it's very different at all. Maybe that's just my gender fluidness. Maybe it's just my gender fluidness that I can have an open mind a lot about these types of things. Smurf, it's 2024. Anyone can be a girl whenever. Exactly, fucking Bobby. Golly. I mean, how many times do we have to say it?
To ruin your date and just seeing an unsolicited dick.
I know.
Like, man, I just saw a dick.
The wildest dick that I saw in public was at LAX. You know how you go from, like, when you walk into the bathroom and then the urinals are over against that wall?
Mm-hmm.
Most people begin their unzipping like either at the urinal or at most a foot or less away.
Yeah.
There was an old guy who took his dick out like 10 feet from the urinal. I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Old guys don't give a fuck. I can't believe that. I mean, I guess because of the context of that old man, but I mean, old men just treat every bathroom like they are at the gym locker room. And we all know how brazen they are about the gym locker room. They're just swinging their dongs and their balls all over the locker room. It's a tale as old as time. Old men and their balls. And so, yeah, we're used to it. In an airport bathroom, that's a little wild. I mean, just could you imagine? I've just been in the airport so many days in the last couple of weeks. Oh, my Lord, the lines sometimes to go into the urinal. And every airport bathroom is a cacophony of just ass noises, peeing, and it smells like the worst homeless camp you've ever smelled. Every single one of them. If you get into an airport bathroom and it smells clean, boy, oh boy, cherish your moment because it's not often that it happens. And in LAX especially. So I'd imagine this man's waiting in the line for the urinals after a United flight just landed and everyone had an exodus to the bathroom and he's just got his dick out. He's ready to go in the line. That would be wild. I mean, I've seen penises on subways, on buses, but never on an airport. But I did read on the Josh Potter show last week, we had a story about a man taking his penis out, an ex-NFL player at that, taking his penis out on an airplane and peeing on somebody. So that's interesting. I sit down to pee because I'm a fucking gentleman. That's right, you are fucking Bobby. Standing to piss his cap. Don't trip. Hey, you're not going to hear any complaints out of me about this line of thinking, I'll tell you that. But do tell if you've seen any penises in the wild, I'd love to hear some of the random places you might have seen one. Like I said, I've got buses. I've got subways. Never on an airplane, but I've heard tale of it. Tom saw it in the airport bathroom. By the way, when I say subway, crowded subway, like, everyone's kind of like, I take the morning train. Everyone's trying to go to work. There's dudes in suits with papers under their arm. And this guy was cranking it in a crowded ass subway. And everyone's just kind of, no bone hawking there. Everyone's just kind of like, nope. We're going to pretend we don't notice that.
Man. Like, wait till you're up there. He just took it out and walked with it out. And we were like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, his vision probably was a little fucked up.
Yeah, he was like, oh, is that over there? Yeah, dude, it is.
Yeah, man. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When your schedule is packed with activities,
this show isn't, Danny, but thank you for the story. That was wonderful. And we got a couple of submissions here. The Park, Albert says, The Park. Or no, it was Corey Sanchez. Excuse me, I clicked the wrong chat there. The Park from Corey Sanchez. Albert, the one I put up there, said I pee and poo both standing up. That's cap. He's just making LOLs at us here. I want to say, because how do you poop standing up? It's tough on everybody. I take the bus to work, and I watched a homeless gent get on and start jerking off at the front, and he was told to move, so he went to the back and kept jerking off. Yes, we don't allow jerking off in the front of the bus, sir. You have to go to the back. It's our modern day Rosa Parks. At the end of the day, they were like, and I'm sure he goes, I refuse to go to the back of the bus. I have had a rough day. I want to stroke my penis at the front of the bus. And there will be a statue of him someday, probably, right? Del Taco, says Jorge. Jorge. Mr. Clavicle says, in a Del Taco, that's got to be awful. Oof. Albert be wearing diapers. Now that's the way you could stand up and poop, I suppose, at the end of the day. Squatty potties go pretty hard. Everyone fine with him being in the back, says Don't Trip. Yeah. Sir, you're going to need to get to the back of the bus if you want to jerk your dick off. Thank you very much. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Speaking of dicks and poopy and pee and all the fluids, the towel debate that's been going on Not Today, Pal, has been interesting. Because Rob is such a germaphobe, and I've had talks with him about this. Like, he talks about being this germaphobe or obsessive compulsive or what have you, but then he does things like this that even to the roach seem odd and weird. When it comes to the towels, he said he only had a couple, like 2 towels. Golly, that is wild. Let's see where the debate has progressed to. Aha.
We haven't been in here in a while. I feel like we have Tony Hinchcliffe's question in there. We've never done it. We got to find Tony Hinchcliffe's question. That's not going to be that.
How often do you wash your sheets and towels?
Did we do that one already, guys, or no?
I don't remember that one.
I don't think so.
I do.
Talked about it though.
Sheets I do once a week. Towels I do like 2 to 3 times a week.
Towels 2 to 3 times a week?
I'm
Holy
always
shit.
washing towels in my house. I don't know why. Cutter showers twice a day. We only have 6 towels in our bedroom.
I never wash my towels.
What?
This is crazy. I thought he was a germaphobe. I got to talk to Rob again. I mean, because I remember he was he would say something else too. I can't remember what the other one was. Just where you go well, are you a germaphobe or not? Because, dude, I will tell you. This is the roach talking over here. Let me just... So, I still have a scar here on my face for it. This is the grossest thing that's ever happened to me. I cut myself shaving. And the cut became like a cyst on my... I remember I called Dr. Drew. He sent me to the emergency room where they had to cut it open. And they had to make sure there wasn't cancerous. And they did an MRI. It cost me $7 million or whatever. But I was like, what the fuck was it? Why did that turn into that? And they said, maybe you used a dirty towel. And I was keeping my towels pretty clean. So even just the dirtiest little teensy thing like that could cause a little just a skin thing and then blow up. It was choking me. I had to go. I mean, I was out of commission. It was crazy. It was another cyst. Ask Doctor. This was at the same time. This was before even the other one. This was back in the day. This is like, I think I got the back one cut out of me like after COVID, like right after COVID, 2021, when we could go to a hospital and be kind of normal again. 2020, I was full COVID and I had to go to the emergency room where they made me sit outside. Ask Dr. Drew about it. We'll talk about all my fucking things. Yes, it was another one. They get moldy, something like that. But this is so crazy. I mean, maybe Rob will change his tune now that he might have heard my story, but let's hear what is. I mean, he's just like, ha ha ha, only once. I use the same towel every day. I'm like, what?
I just always forget because I'm always, when I'm reminded.
Gross.
Oh, by the way, when I say never, I mean like once a month or something.
Dude, that is a great hotkey. A great sound effect. Jamie just going, that's gross. I want that in my life.
Like
That's
that.
gross.
Yeah,
Another
yeah.
one.
But I'm not saying never because when I was younger, it was like never.
How many times do you use the same towel?
The whole time. I only have 2 towels. Yeah.
Listen to the booth. Not since Nadav's laughed have we heard a reaction quite as loud emanate from the glass chamber of the booth. I mean, that is a soundproof area, and Annie is fucking appalled.
And I use those for the month.
The month.
Do you have a face towel, or you just use the towel for everything, like everywhere?
Are you sure you're OCD?
No. I have 2.
Chad asking the good important questions.
2 towels, one for my upper body, one for my lower body. And because I'm always like, I use them.
How do you know the difference? Are they different colors?
I use them because I have one spot.
One's labeled upper body and one's labeled. That'd be great monogramming.
I use it when I get out of the shower when I'm the cleanest possible.
Yeah, but there's
Doesn't it
water
reek
and mold
after
and
like a couple,
never smells.
like a week or 2,
Musty.
a
No
month. It doesn't smell after a month.
No.
That's fucking.
And
crazy.
by the way, I've gotten to the point where like I've washed my face with a towel and been like, ooh, that's a little stinky. But like that very rarely happens. But again, these are towels I only use right when I get out of the shower. They're not like my everything towels.
Of course.
And then
Yeah, but it's not like he's drying the towels. Do you understand? I mean, like the musty moldiness of it's crazy. This is crazy to me. And I'm a scumbag. I'm the roach, for Christ's sake. I do take a lot of showers, though. That is my one thing, because that's where I do my thinking. A guy using 2 towels is a red flag, says fucking Bobby. Well, what? For you to fuck him, fucking Bobby? Who gives a shit about the red flags? If Lauren was talking to him, though, this would be. They should actually have him on first date and bring this up, because I think she would explode in her chair if she heard this story. Towels dry themselves, says Little Boner. Not necessarily. I mean, Little Boner is with Rob on this. 100%, he says. Towels dry themselves. This is interesting. Interesting indeed. Forrest Nutter says, big scumbag. Even I only use my towel like a week max. Yeah. Maybe it's because we're such scumbags and we realize it that we are like, there is no chance I could let this towel go. You know? I can't even think about it. This has got my brain in a pretzel, I must say.
I use them when I get out of the shower. I hang them up. They dry, and we're good to go for a month. And then sheets are probably once a week.
For a month? But he's washing his sheets once a week. I go every other week, if at the most frequent with the sheets. Let's just say we're not having a lot of company in the sheets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because my OCD is from other people. It's not from me. So I'm like, those are my towels. Like, I'm using them. I don't give a fuck.
That's
like, I don't know.
Strange.
I've never had them stinky.
Yeah, I don't get that. I mean,
is that OCD or is that just the inability to trust people? I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. I clean me and then use the towel. This is Little Boner. Well, yes, of course. But water getting on the towel and then you're drying yourself off. The towel is wet from you drying yourself off. You hang it up. Sure, it dries, but not in the optimum way. It dries in a way where it's got stuff in it, gunk and whatnot. Women wash sheets more often. I miss having a woman. Yeah, me too. They're queers for getting stoned in Gaza. I too miss having a woman. They do like doing this, and it's yes. I wonder if women make sheets smelly more than us. Probably not. I also don't sleep naked. Butthole particles, Corey Sanchez. Yes, we just discussed all the particles. I mean, the butthole particles are crazy. Can you get pink eye from a dirty towel? Yeah, you can, don't trip. That one I know for a fact. Not because I've ever gotten pink eye from it, But I know that when I was discussing the whole thing with my cut, I cut myself shaving, and then and this was all a part of that. And then I had to sit there like a little dirty piggy and hear the woman tell me, well, you should, blah, blah, do, blah. And I'm like, I'm not an animal, but at the end of the day, you can't give yourself pink eye. Well, yes. Okay. So Corey, I should actually, have preface. If you use someone else's towel, you can get pink eye, 100%. Just like if you use a pillow, you can get that. Oh, Albert, he says you can. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Another question for Dr. Drew. We have many pink eye questions to put into the file for sure. You are all crazy. This debate makes no sense to me. I never would have guessed this was a thing. Little Boner, I'm sorry that you and Rob are in just such a unique... I mean, hey, I respect both of you. Two of my favorite people, Rob and Little Boner. I got to tell you. Little Boner off in the MVP of the chat. It's got me wondering if I'm wrong, but I just never thought this way in my life, and I would have thought most people would have judged me if I would have done something like that. You can get pink eye from a dirty stripper giving you a lap dance you later regret. But we still don't know. That was from Queers for Getting Stoned in Gaza again. And we still don't know if a jar... I think a fart in a jar. If a stripper can give you a pink eye from a lap dance, well, then you can get pink eye maybe from a fart in a jar. How long could the fart live in the jar before you no longer could get pink eye? These are the things we will get to the bottom of. Thank you for saying his full name. I always say the full name. Forever and always. Folks, boy, oh boy. Here's Corey Sanchez. I had pink eye last year, and a nurse told me you can't get it from yourself. I told him I scratched my ass in the bed and then rubbed my eye in the morning. So is that a lesser pink eye or not? We're gonna get Dr. Drew on in the next episode. We're running out of time today, Snarf. Otherwise, I would. And Snarf, again, thank you for that buzzer beater of a super chat last week. I missed it as I was signing off, but I do hope that this debate, yes, we're going to save the debate. Thank you, Cougar. We're going to save the debate for Dr. Drew. We will get him on the program. He's been itching and scratching but he's doing live shows all the time, too. So we got to find out how we can do it. And if he can spare us some time during our time together. Riot for Dr. Drew. We're going to work on it for us, Nutter. Don't worry. You don't got to riot. We're just going to have it, Again. See if all the times line up and such, because I know he's been itching to get on the program. Well, folks, thank you for being here. Sorry for the glitchies and such, but it'll all be fixed for the free version. BehindTheGeneShow@gmail.com is where you can get in touch with us outside the chat. I do appreciate everyone in the chat. I love you all so very much. Albert, yes, we will get Dr. Drew Albert. No problem there. We will get him. We'll see how we can line it up again. Like I said, he's doing his own live shows sometimes too. So sometimes he's got to go live and talk about this or that, some serious stuff. He's got to talk about RFK or whatever. So we're going to work on it. Corey Sanchez, thank you for being here. Owen Hembry throwing in a buzzer beater. Chat has been all fucked, but super chat works. Love you, Potter. Oh, I don't know why your chat's been messed up. Some people were saying that that's been a thing, and I'm not sure what it is. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you so much, Owen. I appreciate Don't Trip, fucking Bobby, Forrest, Nutter, Corey, Sanchez, Snarf, all the people that we see. Albert, of course, Little Boner, as we mentioned. But thank you for being here, and I hope that you get in touch with us. Let us know if there's anything from the vault you want to see. We covered the intro wars slightly today as Matt Rife brought it up for us. But if there's anything ever you want to hear about from back in the day, BehindTheGeneShow@gmail.com is where you can do it. TheJoshPotter.com is where you can buy tickets to see me live. And September has a couple of opportunities out on the East Coast. September 6th, I'm going to be in Portland, Maine at the Empire Comedy Club. And then September 7th, you can find me at Governor's in Long Island. And September 12th, right back here in Southern California at the Brea Improv. TheJoshPotter.com is where you can buy tickets. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you. We will see you next week. Oh, another super chat sneaking in. You're trying to get me on these buzzer beaters, so I feel bad. Show for me. Thought it was my phone. Some for me or same for me. Oh, so some people were having difficulties with the chat today, and I think that's a YouTube thing, but thank you. Eric V for getting that one in there. We're going to look into it, says Cougar. I appreciate you. I love you, Cougar. I love you, Heather. I love everybody over there who helps make my life a little easier. The whole staff, Chad, Chris, The whole gang. The whole damn gang. And thank you to Tom and Christina Avi. And we will see you next time here on Behind the Jeans.
It's CBB time.
It's the intro Matt
Who is Randy?
Rife hates so
Don't bring
much.
anyone's mother into this.
Your mama in the fucking stands.
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pajitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.